And we are live. Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Sunday again. We're back to our Sunday routine live. Travel update recap and answering inquiries, questions, concerns regarding travel updates. So we have quite a few questions already in our chat box. Inquiries, questions, concerns regarding travel updates. So we have quite a few questions already in our chat box. And we will answer them one by one here shortly. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for those questions and thank you for hopping on. We'll just wait on everybody to hop on and we will get started. Salamat Tita Miriam, loves food and travel. Hi JMS LLC, Jeffrey Bondod. Hi. Asking, so we will answer all that. 22 watching already. Thank you so much. We'll get started with these questions from the top. I will answer questions from the top here shortly. Let's wait on everybody to hop on. So, ayan. Thank you so much for all those questions. Tita Miriam, thank you so much. Maraming salamat sa pagbisita sa ating live. So, let's get started para madami-dami tayong masagutan na question for today. It's a rainy Sunday here in General Santos City. So, it's quite cold. Hello, Christine Doherte. Hello to you. Gretchen Disipidida. I wish is good news. Uh, there's not quite good news sa mga travel updates natin. Unfortunately. But I'll still update you guys. So, our first question is from Christine Doherte. I hope she's around. Hello, my question is, when will tourists who are fully vaccinated be able to enter the Philippines? And will they recognize the CDC card? I'm engaged to be married when I can get reunited to my fiancé. For right now, the latest travel update to the Philippines for fully vaccinated traveler are only those travelers whose vaccination was done here in the Philippines. They are exempted on the longer quarantine period, but they don't really have any policy or rules yet or any guidelines that's approved to those travelers coming from abroad and has gotten their vaccination abroad. I think they are working on that already, but there is no guideline released yet. There is no approved guidelines that was released yet. For right now, those fully vaccinated inbound traveler to the Philippines whose vaccination is inoculated here in the Philippines are the only ones who are exempted on longer quarantine period. Their quarantine is only 7 days to those who are fully vaccinated. That was done here in the Philippines. I know it doesn't make sense because like if you get vaccinated here in the Philippines, you don't really it's like you don't go abroad and come back and so but that's the new policy. We have an update to that in our travel update. Good day po. Any changes in the quarantine protocols? The only changes in the quarantine protocol is if you are fully vaccinated, that your vaccination was done here in the Philippines, your quarantine period is 7 days. But if you are not fully vaccinated and been vaccinated abroad, you still have to go through the longer quarantine, which is 14 days, 10 days in a hotel or facility, then the remaining 4 days at home, monitored by your LGU. So that's the current protocol in the Philippines. This is from Christine again. When can I see my godmother who lives in the Philippines as well as my Franciscan brothers and sisters and my extended family when I get married to my fiance? So right now you belong to the foreign tourist category, and unfortunately the foreign tourist category at the moment is suspended. So there is no allowed foreign tourists or foreign nationals on a visitor's visa flying to the Philippines because temporary visitors visa is only issued to immediate family of a Filipino national like spouse, children, and parents. So for leisure purposes, that's still suspended. So from Chat Ramos, sana allowed na po ang foreign tourists soon. Sana nga po. Sana nga po allowed na ang foreign tourists soon. But as of right now, it's not looking good for that. I had my shots. Can I fly from New Zealand to Cebu? If you are one of those permitted foreign nationals to fly to the Philippines, then you can. When I say permitted foreign nationals, you are a foreign spouse of a foreign you're a foreign spouse of a Filipino national, or you are an SRRV visa holder. You have a 9A visa that's valid and existing upon entry into the Philippines, then you will be allowed to enter the Philippines. But if you are flying as a foreign tourist, that is currently suspended. So I'm afraid you won't be able to travel to the Philippines. Even in Cebu, I have heard rumors around that Cebu is accepting foreign tourists. That's not true yet because Cebu still has to follow the national order, which is the IATF in Manila. So when they say that only these categories are allowed to enter the Philippines, that also applies in Cebu. They cannot just make their own rule on who can enter uh, their city via from abroad. They still have to follow the national guideline from the IATF. Good morning. Hello, Muhad Al Khatib. Sir Walter Lepel, Cebu is open for tourists. That's not true. That's not true, Gretchen. Cebu is not open for tourists yet. Allowed na ba wala EED para sa foreign spouse travel sa Pinas kasama biyahe ang spouse? Yes, if kung kasama mong bumiyahe ang asawa mong foreigner, hindi na niya kailangan ng entry exemption document at 9A visa. Makakapasok siya without visa at makaka-avail siya sa balikbayan privilege na 1 year stay sa Pinas. As long as magkasama kayong bumiyahe. At Liza Cheng. They are preparing to open for tourists, but the family is still not reuniting. Someone explained. I don't think they are. They still have a lot of work to do to open for tourists at Muad Al Khatib. Like I said, there are rumors around that Cebu is going to open for tourists. There is no truth to that. They may be working on it because remember the Green Lane program, that's not approved yet. So foreign tourists are still, bakit ang tagal? Nawala ng pasensya si Gretchen. My mouse is acting up. So let's go on. Jeffrey Bandad, hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning to you from New Jersey. Hello to all of you guys up there. GMLC asking kulang po about foreign tourists. Foreign tourist is still not allowed pa rin po. I'm so sorry for that news. Mike McGregor from Texas, USA. Hello to you, Mike. It's Saturday in the US right now, I think. Senyorita CA, nakakasawa na ma'am manood. Pwede po ba i-implement na lang nila na isa na lang rules kasi everyday or oras-oras na lang nag-iiba. Parang isip bata na sila. Diyos ko, asan mga utak ng mga namumuno. That is really true. Totoo yan because it's like every other day, may changes. Every other day, mag-English na lang ako para maintindihan ng yung mga foreigner nandito. So it's every other day they would change the policy, every other day they would change the guidelines. You'll have good news today, in the next few days you'll have bad news again because they have changed the guidelines and all that stuff. And that's really bomb. That's really confusing to all inbound travelers to the Philippines. If you have because if you have if you know the guideline is like this, you'll book a flight and fly to the Philippines, and after a few days it would change again. That would really cost you a lot for rebooking your flight because the airline uh will not what do you call this, the airline won't work with you when it comes to changes of the policy in the Philippines. So aside from it's stressful, it's also expensive. Rebooking is not cheap. So I would agree to you, Senorita CA. Hello from USA, Pittsburgh, from Jaja. Mustamos ginamos si Silab. Okay lang po, Tita Miriam. Unfortunately, Mike, there's no good news yet so far. The news that I posted in our community is for special retirees visa, the SRRV visa. Remember, the 9A visa holders and SRRV visa holders are requiring entry exemption document to be allowed entry into the Philippines. At this time, the SRRV visa holders don't have to have the entry exemption document anymore. They can fly to the Philippines with their foreign passport and their SRRV visa. No need for the EED anymore. Tamsak host Yuta. Hello sa lahat from Club DJ. How about Green Lane? Yeah. Wait. How about Green Lane, Mom? It's like there is really no. I was like, this is what confuses me because when they were talking about the Green Lane program for fully vaccinated, and they have released a new guideline for inbound travelers to the Philippines for fully vaccinated traveler that has gotten their vaccination in the Philippines would only do a 7-day quarantine. Pareho sila doon sa details ng Green Lane when they were proposing it to IATF. So it's kind of like that Green Lane got approved and got implemented to all inbound travelers to the Philippines who were vaccinated here in the Philippines. So nakakagulo din, but I don't think that's really it because the Green Lane is focused on foreign tourists for leisure travel and stuff, and until now there's really no update to that yet. I don't know what's taking them so long. No tourist allowed yet. Yes, no tourist allowed yet. Salamat, Tita Miriam. Thank you so much. The IATF said that this is from Lutos Talde. The IATF said that foreign nationals would have to quarantine 10 days instead of 7 if inoculated outside the Philippines. So why can't foreign tourists go? That I don't know, Lutos Talde. That's the IATF. You're right. Hold on. That's the IATF's decision. I can't really answer that for you because that was their new guidelines. And right now, right now, they are so focused on returning overseas Filipinos, overseas Filipino workers, foreign nationals that are uh affiliated with Filipino nationals, like foreign spouses, children and parent of Filipino national. So I don't know what's with the IATF that they're not approving anything for foreign tourists yet. So from Keith Mills, I truly believe with all these changes, the Philippines will be open in 2 or 3 months. Hopefully, Keith. Hopefully, that's the case that they would open up in the next few months. If 50% population in Philippines is not vaccinated, why even pass this policy when majority of vaccinated passengers from US and other countries? Makes no sense. True, James, because here in the Philippines, it's like there's categories who got their vaccination. The first priority of the Philippine government for vaccination are the frontliners. The next one are the senior citizens. These are individuals who are 60 years old and above. Then the third one are the ones with morbidity. This has illnesses and stuff. So I think they are on that category right now on the vaccination rollout here in the Philippines. So I don't know why, or the OFWs and families of OFWs. So OFWs will really benefit from this when they go abroad and come back to the Philippines who are vaccinated here, that they will have shorter. For me, 7 days is still not short. It's still long. That's still expensive. It's like that's 7 long days. Quarantine in a hotel, 6 nights or 7 nights, hotel booking, 7 days, food, expenses and stuff. So that's still long for me. So good morning. Hello, mom. Life journey. I'm from India, but this time I want to come to the what time? Unfortunately, foreign tourist life journey is not still not allowed to enter the Philippines. So I bought a ticket for September 3 to meet and marry my fiance. It's not even fully sure. Be real with me. Did I purchase too early? I don't want to lie to you, Lotus Talde. But who knows, with the changes the Philippine government is doing every week, every other day, it's really hard to tell that we are ready to open up for foreign tourists. And I don't know why they don't allow foreign tourists here yet. It's probably because I think 10% of the population uh is vaccinated and the 90% is not vaccinated yet, because our vaccination rollout over here is quite slow, especially here in our area in General Santos City. It's like because the big percentage of vaccination is distributed in the national capital region, which is in Manila, and small percentage is distributed to different cities in the Philippines or provinces. So we don't really get as bulk we don't really get the bulk vaccination vaccine we don't really get the bulk vaccine, unlike what Manila area is getting. So we are quite behind over here. So if you're asking me if September is early, this is June, July, August, September. 3 months from now. I can't really tell if that's too early yet. Too early that you purchase your ticket. We'll never know. Like I said, their policies change like it's almost every day now. So you can't tell. I wish I am more of help to you, but I'm just being honest and being realistic that if I say September is a good time that you purchased the ticket, then I'm lying to you. And if I say September is too early for purchasing a ticket, then I'm lying to you, because nobody really knows what would be the policy by then. It's like right now we go by the policy every day or every week, every month. The Philippine government has new policy every month. They release new policy every month, and for the month of June, that's their travel advisory to all inbound travelers to the Philippines. So you ask me if September is way too early purchasing a ticket. I can't really say that it is, because we will not know. Nobody really knows what will be the travel guideline by then when it comes September, because my GF in the Philippines. James Albao, good evening from USA. Is there still a travel cap? I don't. I think travel cap in Manila is 3,000 a day. I don't think they are in full capacity yet. Let me check. I don't think they are in full capacity cap. Wait a minute. Let me check. Oo nga, no? Yeah, I think because if it was in full capacity already, this canceled flights won't happen anymore. So there are still several canceled flights. So there before it was 2,000 daily, now it's up to 3,000. Kyle Deadman, I love your channel. I always log into your spot when you come on. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kyle. Is there any updates about EED if they will remove it for 9A holders as they did with SRRV holders? Unfortunately, no. They only removed it on SRRV visa holder. They did not remove that with 9A visa holders. So, to those 9A visa holders flying to the Philippines with valid and existing visa, you still have to have the EED. Buy the travel insurance that you can cancel your flight for any reason. True. Whenever you buy a plane ticket, international plane ticket, always buy insurance so you are covered with cancellations and all the mess up. Hello to our 34 viewers. Thank you so much for hopping on. Next is I'm going to from Kyle. I'm going to wait to get there so I can get my SRRV. I have been vaccinated already, so I am ready to go. But Kyle, you said SRRV. I can tell from your profile that you are with a Filipino national. Are you married to a Filipino national? If you are, you can still travel to the Philippines with a 9A visa, but you have to have an entry exemption document to be allowed entry into the Philippines. But if you are traveling with her, that doesn't require any visa at all. You can enter the Philippines visa free and granted 1 year stay in the Philippines. That's the balikbayan privilege. What time open for foreigners? Nobody knows life journey. I can't really tell when the foreign tourist is going to be allowed in the Philippines. I was like, we go by the update. Like, I go by the update. Excuse me. I go by the update of the Philippine government daily. I check updates on what's the new rule, what's the new guideline. What's the new guideline when you fly to the Philippines if you're a foreign national, foreign tourist, and all that. So I go by the guidelines. I know some other vloggers would really get in there, even the news is 5 minutes fresh and stuff. So they uh deliver the news first in line. But to me, when there's really new guidelines, this is what I do my travel updates. I know I get a lot of comments in the comment section that hurts sometimes, but I have gotten used to it already. That hey, your video is a week late. It's like, why would it a week late that the article or the announcement was just released yesterday? It's like, how could be a week late? But I don't, it's like I'm not just so mindful with it anymore. And what I do with my travel update is when there's a new guideline that comes out, I make sure that it's true and legit. I don't jump into it and film and make a video out of it, because there's a lot of fake news online. And I want to make sure that the article or the announcement is coming from a legit government agency website that I could rely on, that it's just all facts. Because there would be a bunch of links that will be posted online, and it's fake news. There's a lot of fake news going on online. So I always make sure that the sources that I use are legit and coming from the Philippine government website. I don't really jump into it right away. I already rebooked my ticket 8 times due to my chasing to this EED. I've received my tracking number since 3 weeks and still nothing. Yeah, I think you're the ones who said that you have applied for the EED. 3 weeks, that's taking so long, no? It's taking a lot longer in applying for that document. And I wish they would just remove that, like they I wish they would just remove the EED. I think the visa itself is good enough to fly to the Philippines. The EED, it's kind of like, yeah, we're allowing you, but hey, we're not allowing you type thing, you know? The EED is a pain up in the butt. Luto study, better buy travel insurance so you can cancel for any reason. You don't lose the money. True. That's really true. I can change the date of the ticket and only pay the difference. If the policy doesn't change by August, I'll switch to November. I live my life with her on webcam. I love her so much, both. Oh, I know. LDR is tough. LDR is very hard, but with our situation right now, we don't really have control over it. If we have control, those who are stranded or those who wanted to fly to the Philippines already would have probably been here already, if we can control the situation. But at the moment, we can't really control the situation, and those that are in control of it, making guidelines and stuff and making policies, uh sometimes they don't know what they're doing. So it's really hard. We don't have control over this pandemic, and those that would help us ease a little bit of our stress and worry and wanting to be with our family here in the Philippines is not, it's not helping us achieve that. So we're kind of, we are kind of in a limbo right now because of that. And I'm really hoping those that are not able to travel to the Philippines right now would be able to travel to the Philippines one day. I will be the first person to be happy. I will be the first person that's going to be so happy when you guys made it to the Philippines and get reunited with your loved ones, especially those that are on LDR, on long distance relationship. It's like you guys have probably been separated for more than a year because of this pandemic, and because of this pandemic you guys were not able to be reunited. I know that's really hard, and I'm really hoping that the Philippine government would give you guys some leeway to enter the Philippines on a 9A visa, even if, as like, I wish those on a fiance status already, that they would give a leeway to those foreigners who were planning on getting married before the pandemic, that they would allow them to come in the country to get married to their Filipino partners or fiancés and stuff. I don't know how hard is that to be granted, but they're not really doing it. It's like you guys will have to go through the quarantine protocol anyway. You will have to go through whatever the arrival and quarantine protocol in the Philippines when you get here. So I don't really know what's the problem. Okay, Lotus Tali, but Filipinos I talk to are hearing maybe can't enter until 2022. To me, in my opinion, the traveling to the Philippines will be more smoother next year. I don't really see it. I don't really see it going to. I don't really see it going to. I can see the Philippine borders opening up, but it will still be controlled. There will only be. It will still be categorized on who can only enter the Philippines. This is the reason why, because our vaccine rollout over here is slow, and there's surge in every city. In our city here in General Santos City, it's like we have 80, 100, or more than 100 cases every day. And our vaccination rollout over here is very slow. It's like the community, it's like unless we reach the community herd on the vaccination rollout, I don't really see the Philippines opening up for everybody. It's like, though I think what they are doing is those people coming from abroad are fully vaccinated, uh, are safe to come here, because if you're, it's like, it's not because you are fully vaccinated you won't be infected with the virus anymore. That's wrong. You will still get infected by it, but you will get the mild symptoms, I believe, and you can't transmit it to someone. You can't. So, but with what's going on in the Philippines, our cases are really up right now. I think that's what's holding them back to open up the border for everybody to come in. It's like until they can find a system that would work for the Philippine government and the traveler to the Philippines, they won't really open up. But also, kidding aside, money is involved on this because I have read a lot of comment that Philippine government or members of uh those that makes the guideline gets kickback and stuff. It's like I would I would still give them the benefit of the doubt, but you're talking the Philippines here. That's that's not unusual over here. You know, if you're from here, you would know that that happens. From Julina Palagteo, hello po. Possible na po ba makakapasok yung hindi nagpa-vaccine? Wala pa naman po silang wala pa naman silang mandatory na ganyan na if you are not vaccinated then you can't enter the Philippines. There's no rule on that yet. So siguro you will have to go through the longer quarantine protocol if you are not vaccinated. I already lose hope with our government over there. The IATF is a joke. I certainly uh understand what your I really understand your feeling, James. I would think that I don't know what they're doing really, what they're doing with the policies here. I don't know if they have really thought about it. It's like they always have a meeting every time they change the guideline and the policy and stuff. But it's sometimes it's bizarre when they do things like that. What percentage of the population was vaccinated 30 days ago? Based on difference, how long for it to go from 10% to 30%? I don't think we are 30% already. Let me see. DOH. Let's go to DOH website. Eh, Philippines. The bulletin. This has no. It's like I know. I will look for it, Lotus, while I'm scrolling down for our questions. Hello, Butch Hilton. Good morning. Julina. Yes, nasagot ko na po yan kanina, Julina. I also curious there. So it says on the website from the DOH that 4,495,375 uh has already been vaccinated. So that's quite a lot. But the Philippine population is a lot also. So the Philippines has, wait, we have 108.1 million. This is as of uh 2019. Good golly. I did not know that we are that much. Currently, the Philippines has 111 million population. So if you compute that, let's see, they said that you have to divide that. We have 111 million 046,913 divide 4495,375. 2%, I think. Is that 2% or 20%? So we have 111 million, we are 111 million in population. The vaccinated individuals in the Philippines is 4.4. So for it, that's like 20%. No? 20%, I think.
You have how much population?
111 million and 4.4 has been vaccinated. I know there's no difference with foreign tourists or foreign nationals, but they categorize it that foreign nationals with affiliation in the Philippines is in one group, foreign tourists is in one group. So, foreign tourists are not really allowed yet in the Philippines. Anna Wallace, I heard from the news that MCIA is now accepting international flights. However, airlines still don't have available flights as of this morning. My flights to Cebu is July 3rd was canceled. Yes, the Cebu International Airport international flight has resumed already yesterday, but probably because of the adjustment to that, airlines are still scrambling to uh what do you call this, are still scrambling to schedule flights to Cebu, and I think they are still on limited flights every day. They still have travel. I don't know if they still have travel cap. I will do an update on that on the Cebu, on the Mactan Cebu International flight. What?
You have 111 million
Yeah.
population. 4.4 million have been vaccinated.
Yes.
That makes it 3.9% have been vaccinated.
Oh, we're not even at 5. Do you think by Christmas that the Philippines will open up for tourism? Mario, I wish I can answer that. I was like I don't want to, I don't want to give you guys false hope. All I can do is give you guys positivity that hopefully everything will be in place, everything will go smooth by this year, but I don't want to give anybody a false hope that I will not tell you guys that yes, the Philippines will be okay in December. No, I don't want that. But uh, we're hoping, we are all hoping that hopefully by Christmas we'll all be able to fly again. Mario, I really understand that. I do understand. VFam in the house. Thanks, Dayton Squad, for all that you do. Thank you. VFam is also a travel update vlogger. Do check out his channel if you guys are also, if you are following travel updates, VFam TV is also doing a travel update on his channel. He's a mobile, what do you call that? VFam mobile travel update channel. If you guys want to check that out. Thank you so much for stopping by, VFam. We are not married yet. Those are the future plans. I'm getting the ISRB visa so I don't have to leave anymore. I have a home, two little girls, and family that misses me. Mm. If you guys are not married but you guys have children together, you are still able to fly with a 9A visa and the EED. But if the plan is getting the SRRV, that's a good route also. Just like with my husband, he flew with me last year to the Philippines and was granted 1 year visa stay here in the Philippines. And at the moment, we are on the process of getting his 13A visa. That's a resident visa given to foreign nationals who are married to Filipinos. So right now we have all our paper. We have all the documents, but the NBI clearance. The NBI clearance takes a while over here for foreigners. If a foreign national is applying for a National Bureau of Investigation clearance, oh this is 5.1. 2.4. Okay, 2.4%. So my husband's just showing me that. Hang on.
Read the disclaimer too.
Huh?
Read the disclaimer too.
Which disclaimer? May. My husband just showing me. I will answer that, Kylie, here shortly. Philippines has administered at least 5,180,721 doses of COVID vaccine so far. Assuming every person needs 2 doses, that's enough to have vaccinated about 2.4% of the country's population. This vaccine rollout data is reported by the number of doses of coronavirus vaccines administered, not the number of people who have been vaccinated. Because most vaccine requires doses and many countries have different schedules to deliver the second dose. We don't know with this data how many people have ultimately received both doses. So that's the current update on vaccination rollout here in the Philippines. But back to what I'm saying, that right now we are just waiting for my husband's NBI clearance. This is uh like the FBI in the States. So that's the only document that we are waiting on so he can go to the Bureau of Immigration and apply for his resident card. That's the ICR card. Waiting for green lane, no protocols. Yeah, the green lane has no update yet, unfortunately. Instead of bitching and whining, people should be so happy for all your updates. I truly am. It's like that's all right, Butch. It's like sometimes they really have their opinion and they really express their frustration in the comment section, but sometimes YouTube would held those comments that are really foul comments. Like it's like I don't do that. I don't. YouTube's the one that's doing that. That's hiding those comments that are really bad and to the point that you are cussing already. I was like, I would let you cuss, but YouTube will hide you from all those comments. But I could really I understand both that out of their frustration they would just, some would think that I make the policy. Some would think that I make the travel guidelines to the Philippines, but to tell you now, I'm not. It's like I am also just relying to the Philippine government's update and I relay it to you guys to keep you guys updated on what's going on. But that's all right. I know. I was like, I know how frustrated it is that you really want to go to the Philippines, but you can't because of unlimited, unlimited policy guidelines. Before, the Philippines has unlimited rice Now we also have unlimited travel guidelines to the Philippines. I know it's fun. It's not funny, but it's true. If we have unlimited rice, now we have unlimited guidelines to the Philippines. Hi from California. Any news on spouses exemption letters? The 9A visa holder still has to get the EED. They only removed the EED for SRRV visa holder, and hopefully they will remove that for for the 9A visa holder. From Dre, Balikbayan visa. So Balikbayan visa, Dre, is given to former Filipinos. These are Filipinos who have naturalized abroad but they did not apply for dual citizenship. When they go home to the Philippines using their foreign passport, they will be granted a Balikbayan visa. This is a 1 year visa-free stay in the Philippines. This is also granted to spouses of Filipino national and former Filipino national traveling together to the Philippines. Can you please clarify for us why some people was getting denied from boarding? Because they had all the required documents as they said, but still denied from boarding. As if they were denied from boarding, there's probably documents that's lacking, and it's sometimes it also really depends on the airline staff. There will be airline staff that are really nice, approachable, and very helpful. And there's also that airline staff that's, just having that Napoleon syndrome, that they think they are high and mighty, and no, you don't have a complete paperwork and stuff. So they deny you. So if you don't really have the complete document, they will deny you from boarding. I think it will open up in 2025 for tourists with no problem. That's 4 years from now. That's really long. If that's the case, that the foreign tourist is going to open on 2025, good luck to the Philippines. That would really affect our economy so bad. Next question is Modelisa Laob. Hi sis, alam mo rules now sa Cebu, kailan days quarantine sa hindi taga Cebu? 10 days pa rin. For Cebu resident, 2 to 3 days. You are still gonna be swabbed upon arrival. Then wait for your result for Cebu resident, but for non-Cebu resident, you will be swabbed on the 7th day, then but finish up the 10 days and 4 days sa lugar ninyo. Same sa Manila ang quarantine at arrival protocol ng non-Cebu resident kung lalapag ka ng Cebu. From Diane Pan, hello, watching from Canada, a Canadian citizen, former Filipino. My son, a Canadian citizen, but currently lives in Japan with his Japanese citizen wife and a baby. Can we travel together? Thanks. Yes, you can travel together. As long as they are traveling with you, his wife, let me see. His wife and a baby. So was your son born while you are still Filipino? If that's the case, if your son was born while you are still a Filipino, then he's automatic dual citizen by birth. Report his birth to the nearest Philippine consulate. I know he's married already, but they do late registration. You just have to explain why he was registered late. That way he can bring his wife and kids to the Philippines without having to secure a visa if he's a dual citizen. Just report his birth so he could get his dual citizenship, so his kids and his baby can travel with him along with you. Because if it's you as a former Filipino, your son is going, I'm not sure, it might be, you have to you have to confirm that with Bureau of Immigration, because you are a former Filipino, You are traveling with your son. He doesn't need to have a visa to enter the Philippines. He's traveling with you, but I don't know if his wife and his kid would cover is covered on that policy. You have to please confirm that with the Bureau of Immigration. Ate, are they still routing flights through Manila? Did did they increase the inbound capacity from 1500 yet? The diverted flight to Cebu, from Cebu to going to Cebu to Manila is already lifted. So Cebu International flight has already resumed yesterday, but the travel cap in Manila I think is 3,000 already. The 1500 is not, it's not 1,500 anymore. It's 3,000. I look forward to watching the Cebu travel update soon. Thank you, and I know there are vloggers already that jump into it that Cebu has already excuse me, that Cebu has already opened, and but I'm calling. I will be in contact with Cebu Airport on what's the really policy. That way I can deliver you guys the real update and the exact protocol for Cebu on arriving international passengers. Kung ang airlines kinancel ang flight nyo tapos i-rebook ko sa next flight, kailangan pa ba magdadag kasi flight namin cancel ng airlines ngayon. Yung agent hiningan kami ng add 400 for each next flight. Basta rebooking kasi may bayad talaga yan. Basta mag-rebook ka ng flight, may rebooking fee yan unless you had insurance on your ticket. Pero kung wala talaga, you will have, and tapos nag-book kayo through an agent, that's the problem for booking through an agent at hindi direct sa airline talaga kasi it will cost you a lot. So rebooking talaga will really cost you. When will the Philippines finally allow foreigners that are fully without quarantine or retest? They said they are working on that, James White. I'm not sure where they're at on the progress on that, but they said they are working on it. Thank you for updates. You're doing good job. Hello, hello from Vancouver, Canada. I hope I can visit Canada one day. I would love to visit Canada one day. But will not probably be traveling until this pandemic is under control, because when we went home last year, we have to go through, because when we went home, that was the strictest, or that was the peak of the pandemic, and flights cancellation and stuff, and we had to go through a 21 days quarantine here in Jensen. So yours is 7, 10 days, 14 days. Ours was 21 days. That was long. My heart in the Philippines. Love being there. Oh, thanks, Mario. I know there are a bunch of foreigners that are discouraged because of this and that. The policy, the guideline of the Philippines doesn't make sense. But thank you for still loving the Philippines because of that. And number is like this pandemic has affected everybody around the world, and everybody has its own system, everybody has its own approach on this pandemic, and unfortunately the Philippines is a third world country. We don't have that take it stuff compared to first world countries, so we are trying to adjust. They are trying to adjust on this pandemic, and we are not a rich country. We are so indebted right now with vaccine purchases and all that stuff, but I don't know what's really going on behind the government and what they are doing. And but to me there's really something wrong with what they are doing. It's like I know they are doing everything they can, but when money is involved, everything goes south. fully vaccinated, why they need mask or quarantine? That will make more people get vaccinated. Yeah, the problem over here, Kenzo, the vaccination rollout is slow. Like I've read earlier, 2.4% is only vaccinated here in the Philippines, or that's the vaccination rollout, and that's not even the count of the individual who has gotten the vaccination, because we have two doses of the vaccine. So if the vaccination rollout over here is at 2.4%, probably half of that is how many individuals were vaccinated in the Philippines. So we are quite slow over here. Thank you so much, Ati, for your updates and helps. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Muad Al-Khatib. So, thank you so much, 51 watchers. Maraming salamat po for staying in. We will still continue to answer all your questions until we have answered everything. Thank you so much for hopping on. Bangladesh travel open time. Bangladesh. Bangladesh right now is on travel ban to the Philippines. It's extended until June 15. My regards to Mr. Husband as well. Yeah, he's right here lying down. He's not feeling good. He's been dizzy since yesterday, so he's just chilling right now. How do we donate to your channel? Oh my god. No, 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 no. You don't need to donate. I'm really appreciative of what you guys are doing by watching my videos. You guys watching my videos is enough donation already. You don't need to give me monetary support or anything. It's like I'm not trying to be hypocrite, but I'm just very thankful for you guys watching our channel all the time whenever we have updates, and that's good enough donation for us already. It's like I really appreciate the support, the continuous support to our channel, and our channel is really growing. And I know others would uh write something on the description. If you really want to help more on this channel, you can go to this. But I'm not on that level yet, because to me, you guys supporting our channel, watching our videos and stuff is enough support already. So, but I was like, I'm also shy getting donations from you guys. I was like, it's. Mm. Thank you for that, DMG. It's really heartwarming that you want to do that, and I really appreciate that though. But like I said, if you guys, it's like the reason why I do live every Sunday, because I cannot answer all your comments in each video that I post for the week. So what I do is I do live every Sunday so I can interact with you guys on real time on what your questions are, instead of going through each comments in the comment section in every video. But you can also reach me through Facebook on our Facebook page, still the Eaton Squad, if you really want an immediate answer on your inquiry, because on the comment section I can't answer it right away. But if you really guys need an immediate answer for your inquiry with regards to traveling to the Philippines, please direct message me on our Facebook page, the Eaton Squad. I answer there as quickly as I can, compared to I answer in the I try to answer in the comment section as much as I can, but there's just too many comments, and I try to answer those that really needs answer right away. But you can message me directly on our Facebook page, the Eaton Squad, and on our Instagram, still the Eaton Squad. You can message me there. Hi, what about foreigners like me that have been vaccinated? I'm vaccinated since February in Singapore. Right now, Vincent Tai, the shortened period only applies to those travelers who were vaccinated in the Philippines. If you were vaccinated abroad, you have to go through the longer quarantine period. Excuse me. Meron po at airlines po ang nag-cancel. Yan din ang problema. Kasi na-experience ko yan with Delta Airlines. Kinancel nila yung flight ko and they want me to pay $300 for that. Nagalit yung asawa ko. My husband was so mad about it, so he called Delta Airlines and, hey, what's up? You guys are the one who canceled my wife's flight, and why will it cost me $300 for that cancellation? That's not even right. And they removed that. You have to fight for it. If the airline is the one that canceled your flight, you shouldn't be paying any cancellation flights and all that, or cancellation fee, because they're the ones who canceled it, not you. If you're the one who canceled it, then there's more reason for them to charge you. But if they are the one who canceled it, that's not your fault. Call them and tell them it's not, I did not cancel. Meron pa insurance flight namin at 1 day pa lang namin nabili. Ticket kasi kinancel na airlines. Thank you po. Call the airline, Teresa, and tell them you can't charge me because you canceled it. We booked PAL Airlines bound to Philippines NAIA September 5, 2021. What's the protocol procedure by PAL before boarding at the LAX airport? Right now, Greg, you have to pre-book 10 days for hotel. 10 days. 10 days hotel, 10 day pre-book a hotel for 10 days. You will be swabbed on the 7th day. You have to also register on the ECIF with Philippine Airlines because they need that for your swab. They would give you a QR code. If you need a tutorial, we have that in the channel for ECIF for Philippine Airlines. But you said September. That is the current protocol right now. Come September, we don't know what will be the protocol by then. But I will definitely keep you guys posted with that. I keep on go up. I will keep doing travel updates for you guys as long as there is travel updates that I need to post in our channel. I post almost every day on travel updates. So I usually post it around 12:45 p.m. here in the Philippines. That's 3 hours in the States or wherever you guys in the world. So that's usually our scheduled posting. Kenzo, open for tourists, boost the economy. First in fully vaccinated traveler. There's no need quarantine stay will be nice though. It makes no sense if you're vaccinated and then quarantine stay. I know it's like I'm really hoping that they would change their policy, that they would really study it thoroughly, what what approach they really, because most people now are fully vaccinated, to be honest, especially abroad in the US. It's like most people over there are vaccinated. It's like if we could just go back over there and get vaccinated and stuff, we would have probably done it. But because of the hardships on money, it's like everybody's affected with this pandemic financially. It's like if we just had the money to go back to the States and get vaccinated with me and my husband and my kids, we would probably have done that. But because of this quarantine protocol and stuff, that would really drain our savings just to be able to get vaccinated in the States. And we don't really have plans on going back to the States just yet. I'll be waiting for us to be reunited, however long it takes, but I'm supporting my Filipino financially, helping her during this pandemic, and love has no limits. She will be waiting for me. Thank you, Mario. I really applaud you for doing that, because there's one of my subscriber is on LDR also. Her boyfriend has given up. She said that because of this pandemic, my boyfriend has broken up with me, and he cannot wait longer anymore to be able to travel to the Philippines. And that's really sad to know, because this pandemic has really brought everybody stress, headache, and all that stuff. And her boyfriend have given up on the relationship already because he had loose hope in seeing her and flying to the Philippines one day to marry her, and sadly he broke up with her because of the pandemic. It's really sad. Hi po from General Santos City. Hi Rachel Sanuntay. Asa ka diri sa Jensanday. Taga-asa ka diri sa Jensan. My kapitbahay. My neighbor, oh. Rachel. Rachel. Have you found what? Torties? What's that? Google's channel. Can you please? What are you trying to find? So, ayan, we have 46 viewers, 48. Thank you so much talaga for tuning in. If you still have more questions, we probably have 30 more minutes for questions. And while we are waiting for questions, I want to do travel recap on what's the travel update for this week from last Monday until yesterday. So Monday, that's May 31st until June 5th. May 31st until June 5th. That's 6 days ago. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the travel recap for this week. The Philippine Airlines has posted their international flight schedule to the Philippines for the month of June. We have that in the channel. I've also posted recommended hotels for quarantine that are affordable, with kitchen, with food deliveries are allowed, family rooms that couples can stay in one room, then grocery drop off that your family can drop off grocery at your hotel. And there's also the full board meal. That's usually hotels have free breakfast, then lunch, dinner. They already have that in one price. So I have posted that. I've also posted the latest travel update for June, who are allowed to enter the Philippines. What's the current protocol? We have that. Also the travel ban alert to those 7 countries that are still not allowed to enter, that's still on travel ban to the Philippines. So then we have the press release from the Bureau of Immigration that they are in favor of the Green Lane program that's proposed by the Department of Tourism. I'm really hoping there's an update on that already. And no swab testing and no 10 days quarantine anymore for fully vaccinated inbound travelers to the Philippines that they got their vaccination here in the Philippines and not abroad. So that was our latest travel update to the Philippines for that week. So that is our recap, and we will have more travel updates for the new week. So I will probably post one update tonight around 7 o'clock p.m. here in the Philippine time. Then we will do another update again in the morning. So please watch out for that. And I really thank you guys for the continuous support to our channel. I can't thank you enough for always supporting our channel. I know there's a lot of travel update vloggers up there, but you guys stay in our channel. You guys watch our video, and I try to deliver travel updates that make sense, that's all legit and not fake and stuff. So please bear with me sometimes if my uploads are a little late because I'm a mother of 3. I have a husband also, and I have a business that I run on a daily basis. So it's hard to juggle from being a businesswoman, a wife, and a mother. So, and a vlogger as well. So it's chaos, but I'm really enjoying my job. So please bear with me, and I really thank you guys for the constant support in our channel. From Mario. Thank you for your advice. Makes me happy. Salamat po. You're very welcome, Mario. Thank you. Thank you so much. Love your page. Maraming salamat. Like I said, guys, if you need, uh, if you have any inquiries that really need instant, instant reply, not really instant, but quick reply, please message me directly on our Instagram and our Facebook page. Same name with our YouTube channel, the Eaton Squad. So Instagram, Facebook page, and YouTube, the Eaton Squad. They're all the same names, and you can reach me out there if you really need immediate answer to your inquiry. So we wait if there's still more answers, and I'm really hoping that I was able to answer all your questions today in our live, and hopefully I don't lose my voice again like I did last week, but it's all good. We had some home remedies. Oh, by the way, I want to thank you. I really want to thank those who have responded to my post in our community on tips on how to for home remedies on sore throat. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Hi. Hi from OMG Fruit Loops. Hello. Good noon. Thank you for your updates always. Thank you so much then MGZ Music Channel. Really appreciate it. So we will wait for some who have what do you call this? Who still have questions on our live before we wrap this up. Can Americans come if they are fully vaccinated? It really depends. It depends. It really depends on which category you belong. If you belong to a category that you have a 9A visa valid and existing upon entry into the Philippines, and that requires an entry exemption document, then you can enter the Philippines. But if you are under the category of foreign tourist that wants to travel to the Philippines without any affiliation with a Filipino national, unfortunately, that's still suspended at the moment, even if you are fully vaccinated. We thank you as well. Yours by far has a legit and crystal clear update explanation. Thank you so much, Anne. That really means a lot to me. I was like, I get bashed because hey, you need to speak Tagalog because you're in the Philippines. Hoy, mag-Tagalog ka naman kasi nasa Pilipinas ka, ganon. And I've tried that before. My very few travel updates when I started doing this, when I was in the States, stuck in the States because of pandemic, I did Tagalog updates. But I also get bashed on that and was told that you will get more audience if you start speaking in English. So then I switched to doing English travel updates, and I still get bashed because I speak English. Magbisaya na lang ko, ani. Sa mga Bisaya, dara, hello sa mga Bisdak. I said I would just probably speak Cebuano because that's the only dialect that I haven't spoken when it comes to travel update. I know it's a joke, but it's you can't please everybody, but majority of our subscribers in the channel are foreign nationals, and I know Filipinos. Most Filipinos can understand English and can converse English easily, so I know you guys can understand what I'm talking about when I do travel updates. And I'm doing this for everybody, for the benefit of everybody, that everybody could understand me, especially to our foreign nationals who are watching our channel, who are watching travel updates, that relies on our travel updates on what's going on to the Philippines, on what's the latest travel protocol to the Philippines so they can come home. So we will continue this. I know sometimes I just want to give up because all are bad news, bad news, bad news, bad news. That's stressful to give bad news 2 days in a row, 3 days in a row, but comments like this or appreciations like this from you guys keeps me going. And I really thank you for that. Ay, from Tupi. Ay, dool rata dong. Pila ra Tupi. Wala kabot sa kauras. I can't get, I can't get my questions to post. Frustrated. What? Try to refresh. John, what's your question? Or if you can't comment or you can't post your question, please message me on Facebook, the Eaton Squad, or on our Instagram. I hope Philippines will open for foreign tourists soon. I really hope so too. If you're married to a Filipino from online, that really depends. That really depends because I have helped a couple that were married online but they have met in person already. They got approved with it. This is back then when 9A visa is enough to enter the Philippines. Their visa was up his visa was approved for 3 days, and they have all the documents that I have actually uploaded that in our channel. I used their case for quick approval of their 9A visa. But slowly also this online wedding is slowly being recognized as legit event. So but it's still on a case to case basis when you apply for a visa. Can my Filipino wife meet me in another country and I fly back with her? I'm nervous she may be offloaded. I'm preparing to have her show nice bank account to help with an emergency expenses. Yes, if you meet somewhere that's allowing tourists, if your wife is flying from the Philippines on a tourist visa to a different country, for example, I think Dubai is accepting tourists right now. You fly her over there, you meet in Dubai, and you guys fly to the Philippines together because that's what they said. As long as you are flying with your Filipino spouse or wife together, entering the Philippines together, you do not need to have a visa, and you can avail the balikbayan visa, which is the 1 year stay in the Philippines. So I just like you know she can't be uploaded as long she can't be offloaded as long as she gets the for tourists outbound traveler, they need to have health and travel insurance, then of course the visa and whatever is the requirements. For example, in Dubai they require negative RT-PCR test within 72 hours. I think as long as you guys have all the documents that she needs to fly out, because she's allowed to leave the Philippines. And when you guys come in, then you guys can go through the arrival and quarantine protocols in the Philippines. Can you come if you are married online? Like I said, OMG Fruit Loops, it really depends. It's a case to case basis. Some gets approved, some gets denied. I guess the first question is, have you guys met in person? You're doing an awesome job by updating us. Please do take care of yourself during this tough time. Would love to meet you and your husband up in Jensen once this pandemic is over. Oh, cool. That we would love a meet up here in General Santos City. To those our subscribers here in General Santos City, we would love to meet you guys. But right now we are on GCQ, and what do you call this? Gatherings are still not allowed right now, but that would really be nice to do that one day when this pandemic is over. Over na dyan yung pandemic as in. I am a balikbayan. Can I just use my old Philippine passport, right? Or do I need a birth certificate too? I hope not because I do not have one. If you are a balikbayan, you can fly with your foreign passport. And yes, just show your old Philippine passport. And you should be able to enter the Philippines. And to those, here, I just want to give you guys some tip. To those who flew with Balikbayan visa before, the Balikbayan stamp that's on your passport really helps. when you enter the Philippines again, because they know, the immigration will know that you guys have used that before. Sorry po, I posted twice. I really wanting to be with her. Would work web work web web works. Most is web is the most legit online wedding website that you can use. But like I mentioned, it's on a case to case basis. I have couples that I have helped who got married online and get approved. I have also couples that I have helped who got married online but got denied. So, like I said, it's a case to case basis. I don't think that I don't think that is the qualifications for balikbayan. The Filipina has to be out of the country for 1 year. Oh, is it? I'm not sure. If that's the case. I know that's what they said on their website, but all they can do is try. Thank you very much for everything. Really appreciate it. You're welcome po. Nasa Jensen ako kahapon and no dine-in. Yes, but they have a new executive order that they do dine-ins na for 30% capacity lang. 30% indoor, 50% outdoor. So, we're back to the dine-in, ano na naman. We're back to the dine-in situation in restaurants. So, gusto kong balik og Tupi. I love Tupi. It's cold. We went to that flower farm over there. I actually vlogged about that flower farm over there. So ayan, do we still have questions for today? We are live for an hour and 22 minutes. And thank you so much for our 48 watchers. Actually, we went up to 65 earlier. Thank you so much guys for tuning in. Maraming salamat po talaga for uh always supporting our channel. I thank you guys so much for that. And for the donation stuff that was brought up earlier, I really appreciate that. And uh, I'm I'm really shy to accept. It's like, there was one of our subscribers before. She's from Manila, and I have I was like, I have helped so many. It's not to brag, but this is just an information. I have helped so many to fly to the Philippines, and they really want to send me something, but I really refuse. And but they always like, hey, if ever you guys pass by this city one day, I would really love for you to stop. I will provide for your accommodation and stuff, and that's really heartwarming. But it's like, I'm helping, but I'm not asking something in return. I'm happy that I've helped, and I'm happy that you are able to go home to the Philippines with no problem with my help. I was like, that's enough payment for me already. That you went home that you have successfully traveled to the Philippines and got reunited with your loved ones. That's enough payment for me. There is no monetary cost. There's really no price for that. And I'm really shy. I'm shy accepting gifts from you guys. I really am. I don't know, but I am. Do you think they will open up for unvax too? It's like there's really no policy on that yet, that unvaccinated travelers are not allowed to enter the Philippines. There is none of that yet. So you can still travel even though you're not vaccinated. Do you think they will? Yeah. God bless. Ano name ng FB page mo? The Eaton Squad pa rin. Still the Eaton Squad. Thank you so much for the feedback. You're welcome, Greg. You're very welcome. So, if we have no more questions, we can wrap this up. Ano ba yan? Ano na naman? We can probably wrap this up. And it's 12:23 in the afternoon here in the Philippines. We'll have lunchtime. Our lunch today for the husband, it's hot wings. He's been requesting the hot wings forever, so I was able to. I'm finally able to do that today. So his food is hot wings for us. Meron kaming inihaw na bangsi, flying fish, inihaw grilled flying fish, and fish soup, sabaw na balo. Oh my God, I'm hungry na. So if I met her at like an airport and we were married online, I wouldn't need a visa. That's a different case actually. Um, because online wedding is different from a real wedding, like face to face wedding. So you will have to course that through the immigration because that's a different case. I can't really say that yes, you can meet somewhere and you guys married online and you guys can fly together. Because unfortunately, documents from online wedding is really different. You have to get it apostilled, you have to report your marriage to the embassy, so it's not really that easy. So you have to course that through the Bureau of Immigration. Because they said foreign tourists going out of the US needs to get vaccinated before they can enter to the US. Is there news like that, Beb? That you can't enter the US if you're not vaccinated? Because this is what he said. Because they said foreign tourists going out of the US needs to get vaccinated before they can enter to the US. Enter to the Philippines, I mean. No, there's really no such. I was like, right now, the new guideline, fully vaccinated inbound travelers to the Philippines, uh, that's vaccinated in the Philippines, are exempted from longer quarantine. I don't think there's really such news on that you can't enter the Philippines. Oh, it's probably they can enter the Philippines. Because they said foreign tourists going out of the US needs to get vaccinated before. It's like no, it's like there's really no policy. Meron bang hotel na mag-allowed ng husband and wife with one kid 10 years? Yes, madami, Greg. Madami. May in-upload ako na recommended hotel for family. May family room sila that allows husband and wife and kids in one room. Meron po yun. May mga hotel naman na masyadong masyadong gahaman na hindi yung mag-asawa hindi dapat magkasama sa isang kwarto. Hello? Hindi ba kayo Diyos ko Lord, hindi namin pinupulot yung pera namin. Mag-asawa nga, isa-separate nyo ng room. So that's 2 room rates in one night. Nakakaloka. Itong mga hotel din, sinasakyan talaga yung pandemic. Sinasakyan. I can understand that they need to make money, but at least don't ride along with the pandemic that everybody is struggling financially. You know? You're welcome po. Yes, wala pa naman. There is no policy in the Philippines that you cannot enter if you are not fully vaccinated. Wala pa po noon. Christian Albert TV, thanks po kasi marami kayong maitulong sa amin regarding sa info nung before kami pumunta sa States and nakabalik dito sa Philippines. And thank you po dahil lagi kayong sumasagot sa Messenger. I try to answer. Grabe na naman yung mga sasagutan ko sa Facebook page. And I thank you all for those questions and I try to answer them as quick as I can. Lalo na yung mga sasagutan ko talaga ng bonggang-bongga na madami. See, I have a lot of inquiries again on our page and I will answer them one by one later on after live. But I thank you all for all the questions. I thank you all for being with me today in our live. We will have another live again on Sunday for travel update recap for that week from June. I will upload the video. So from June 6 to June 12, again, travel update recap. If you have questions, like I said, if you want to wait till Sunday to post your question in our chat box, you can. But if it really needs to have a reply right away, like I said, message me on our Facebook page and Instagram. I reply there as soon as I can. Kasi if it's on the comment section, matatabunan. Yes! Wala pa. Sobrang laking tulong nyo. More blessings sa inyo and sa family nyo. Thank you so much, Christian. Sa iyo din po. Guess I'm going to miss all the Filipino in the Philippines during this time. It's been almost 3 years since I last in the Philippines. It's more fun. It's really more fun in the Philippines. It's like that has not changed. The pandemic is such a bummer for all the fun that we were supposed to be experiencing. This is summertime. So, but hopefully, Vincent, you can still come back here in the Philippines soon. Soon, I will keep posting travel updates for whether it's good news or bad news. I will keep posting. So, I guess this is it, guys. Maraming salamat talaga for tuning in today. I really thank you guys for all the questions, for staying with me for 1.5 hours. Maraming salamat. And I will see you guys in our next travel update. Ako'y kakain na. Baka mga yayat si host. So, my husband is ready to dig in on his hot wings. And I'm ready to dig in for my grilled flying fish. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys on our next travel update. Stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone. Bye. Happy Sunday. Enjoy family time. God bless. Maraming salamat.